Welcome to today's video explainer. Imagine sitting in a glass-walled meeting room, listening to your manager talk about a 3% annual salary increase. Around the table, your colleagues are nodding anxiously, quietly calculating if that extra £40 a month will cover the rising cost of their energy bills. They look exhausted, trapped in a cycle of subtle panic, completely dependent on the next corporate deposit to stay afloat. You are sitting among them, wearing a plain, unbranded charcoal jumper and nodding along in agreement. You look just as concerned as they do. You mention how difficult it is to find a decent flat these days, and you sigh when someone brings up the cost of rent in the city. But there is a profound difference between you and everyone else in that room. Your colleagues are genuinely struggling to survive the month. You, on the other hand, have $15 million sitting silently across a network of private, unlinked holding accounts. Your portfolio generates more passive income in a single morning than your manager earns in an entire calendar year. Yet everyone you work with genuinely believes you are one missed paycheck away from being evicted. This is not a hypothetical movie plot. This is the precise, intentional reality of high-level stealth wealth. It is the deliberate choice to let the world completely misread your financial power, because you understand that total anonymity is the ultimate form of modern human protection. Most people believe that the point of accumulating wealth is to change how the world treats you. They think that getting rich means buying an oversized luxury vehicle, wearing loud designer logos, and moving into a neighborhood that tells everyone you have made it. They want the applause. They want the envy. They want their old school friends and current coworkers to look at them and feel small. But true high-net-worth individuals know that public applause comes with an incredibly high tax. The moment your circle realizes you have millions, your relationships change forever. Conversations stop being genuine and start becoming transactional. Your colleagues begin to look at you with an underlying layer of resentment, assuming that every promotion or opportunity you receive is unnecessary because you don't actually need the money. Your manager stops viewing you as an asset and starts viewing you as a flight risk, or worse, someone who cannot be controlled by the threat of termination. By allowing your coworkers to believe you are struggling to pay rent, you completely eliminate this friction. You become entirely invisible to the corporate matrix. When you blend into the background, you remove the target from your back. People do not envy a person who complains about the cost of groceries. They do not plot against a colleague who drives a 10-year-old hatchback and brings a packed lunch to the office every single day. Your apparent struggle makes you relatable, safe, and entirely unthreatening. This level of camouflage requires an absolute starvation of the human ego. The average person cannot survive the uncomfortable silence of letting people think less of them. When a colleague buys a brand new luxury car on finance and brags about it in the staff room, the natural human urge is to match their status. The ego wants to speak up. It wants to say, I could buy 10 of those cars in cash right now. But the sovereign mind stays completely still. You look at their new car lease, you smile, and you tell them it looks incredible. You let them win the superficial argument of appearance, because you know you have already won the actual game of reality. They have a massive monthly liability and the stress of keeping up appearances. You have $15 million and complete control over your time. When you reach this level of financial sovereignty, your perspective on work flips entirely. You no longer turn up to the office because you need to cover your mortgage or protect your credit rating. You turn up purely because it serves your structural blueprint. The workplace becomes a social laboratory, a place to maintain a routine, or a simple cover story to keep your family and neighbors from asking too many questions about how you pay your bills. You have absolute leverage. You can look at any toxic corporate demand, any unreasonable deadline, or any political game, and completely detach from it emotionally. You cannot be blackmailed by a system you do not rely on. True luxury is not about buying things that prove you are rich. True luxury is having the absolute freedom to walk out of any room at any second and know that your lifestyle will not change for the next 40 years. It is the deep internal peace of knowing that while the crowd is busy pretending to be important, you are busy being entirely free. If you are ready to drop your public profile, outgrow the need for validation, and learn the psychological mechanics of invisible power, consider subscribing to the channel. Let us build in absolute silence.